The return of the divine masculine. What is the masculine? What is the feminine? No words can do them exact justice, but a simple way of saying it is they are energies. Two energies that complete the whole. Yin and yang. You can think of the feminine energy as that which you can perceive. Nature, creativity, the very universe itself. You can think of the masculine energy as that which allows for the feminine to even be. It's like the space of that which you perceive. So just as the space around your head is not separate from the head, you wouldn't say it's separate, but it's distinct. You could not perceive your hand without the contrast behind it, without the space, so to speak, that allows for the colors to be, the shape to be. In the same way, you could not perceive or understand that there is such thing as space without the objects. So they work together. They are one, but two different aspects of the one. The divine masculine. Currently in our world, our perception of masculinity is far from whole. Whether it's the obvious toxic masculinity, such as being very vulgar towards women, abusive towards women, vulgar towards men, abusive towards men, having absolutely no care about one's spiritual side, abusing the feminine energy within themselves, denying it within themselves through fear. Naturally, the divine masculine does not know fear. Abusing the feminine within others, that's not what the divine masculine does. For example, my friends, think of the masculine, the divine masculine. Don't think of the male or female body right now. Just these energies, as I explained earlier. The divine masculine holding experience, right? So, similarly, the sky is a space in that you cannot point to the sky. You can point upwards, you can point to clouds, but what are you actually pointing at? It's a no-thingness. The sky is that which things are in. It's that which the clouds are in. It's that which birds fly in, planes fly in. You cannot really differentiate between the space around your hand and the sky. If you was in the sky, it would just again seem like just space around your hand. But due to dimension, we say that's the sky and here is not. But it's just perspective, perception. The sky to a worm would be much lower than it is to a mountain. So the sky allows the clouds to be. The sky does not judge the clouds, no matter what the clouds look like. Even if they produce thunder, the clouds allow it to be. So the clouds feel safe to express themselves because of the space of strength behind it. But if the sky feared the clouds, then the sky would be at war with the clouds. And then we would have crazy confusion above our heads. We would have a distorted reality because the sky is attacking the clouds and the clouds would have to attack the sky back. But because the sky is vaster than the clouds would have to concede defeat at some point. I mean, my friends, can you truly say that you could defeat space? You couldn't even fire a bullet into space and hurt space, you see? So the clouds are like the feminine and the sky is like the masculine. The sky is supposed to support the feminine. It's not supposed to attack the feminine. The masculine is supposed to support the feminine. It's not supposed to attack the feminine. And again, that's within yourself as well as others. And also, do not see this as a male or female thing right now. Both male and female bodies have masculine and feminine energies. Now, of course, the male body, if we do get to this male-female thing now, does have more of a masculine energy to it. Whereas the female body does have a more feminine energy to it. In that, the actual body parts, the male body has been designed to be, if you want to use the word designed, just is stronger, naturally speaking. Therefore, you can easily see the male body is more conducive to supporting the female body. For example, if the female body was pregnant, the male body would have more strength to protect that female body with the baby inside from nature or other people than if it was the other way around. Right? It's just a simple example. There's many ways you can obviously see that the male body has more masculine attributes, let's say, and the female has more feminine attributes. So with this idea that masculinity is only men, or only within men, with our so-called world leaders, which most are men, they have become the idea of what a healthy masculine is, or what a masculine person is, or a masculine male. And that has created so much wrongdoing, in that what they put out is opposite to wholeness. It's predicated upon division, ergo it's not predicated upon love, because love is wholeness. This is why we need to bring back the divine masculine strongly. Are you listening? I'm talking to women too, but mainly to men, I'll be honest. Because a lot of women understand about the balance of energies, but a lot of men do not. A lot of men are fearful of the word feminine. It's okay, you have a feminine side. When you are being creative, when you are singing, when you are dancing, hello, that's feminine. Doesn't mean you are a woman, but it is feminine. When you are coloring your painting, that's feminine. When you want your hair to look good, that's feminine, guys. When you're wearing nice clothes, even your Nike Jordans, it's a feminine energy to want to shine, to want to express. So to fight the feminine energy within oneself, again, creates that crazy distortion, just like I said with the sky analogy, of you fighting yourself. fighting yourself. Not only fighting yourself, you become less yourself, because yourself includes the feminine. You are not just masculine. This is one of the reasons I suggest to you why this world seems so out of whack, out of balance, out of tune. Even laughter, that feels like a feminine energy. Laughter, just so light and just carefree. So men, we have to protect the feminine energy within self and also within others. As I said before, women too, but I'm directing this more to men because women, genuinely speaking, understand this more. These political figures are not good role models of what a healthy masculine is. No way. They are completely at a distance from true self. They do not even recognize their role as the masculine. So they may be masculine, but are they divine masculine? The divine masculine knows exactly its job. It's to allow the feminine to be, exist, explore, have fun. If the feminine goes a bit wayward, the masculine is there to hold it and remind it. That wholeness, that love is always the essence of reality. Because the feminine can be distorted, it can be toxic. Just as the masculine, of course. You see this in daily life. Whether it's overly sexualizing our society in a way that is not respecting the energy of sex, such as certain music videos. That's a perfect example of using the feminine energy in a toxic way, because there's no balance. There's no clear-cut understanding of what the sexual energy in the video, what its purpose is, other than look at my body, I know you want it, I got the best beep, come taste it. Like there's nothing wrong with that stuff in and of itself, but when there's no balance of understanding that the energy of sex is not something to be thrown out and just used to control or manipulate. It's actually for creation is one obvious thing, but it's also for, I suggest to you, to help one reach higher states of consciousness, higher states in quotes, of course, really consciousness is singular, but higher states of mind, you could say, to understand oneself better. It's not to be thrown out just to be treated like crap. It's something really beautiful and really special, and there's nothing wrong with sex or sexual energy. Nothing. But there are levels of abusing the energy, abusing the divine. In the same way, it would be an abuse to the masculine to use your physical strength to put somebody down physically, such as becoming a bully, taking someone's money at school, or beating somebody up just because you want to, because you had a bad day, so you beat somebody up. That's clearly an abuse of the divine masculine, because strength, again, in and of itself is not bad. Without strength or power, we couldn't have existence. There's clearly a power holding this moment. I'm sorry it's such a gloomy day and I don't have the best camera, so I have to make do. In fact, I should mention, I do have a one-on-one coaching or mentoring service for men to help awaken that divine masculine, to help understand what the hell am I? What the hell is a masculine? What's a real man? I'll put the link in the description, of course. We have the power to really bring back much needed balance. It begins with understanding how to balance the duality of the masculine and the feminine, the polarity of the masculine and the feminine, the sides of the masculine and the feminine. Recognizing and appreciating the existence of the feminine. Not telling women it's your fault for wearing those clothes when you got abused. That's so toxic. Telling women, well, you didn't want to go out with that guy who approached you on the street or in his car just because you didn't like his looks. If you liked his looks, you would have gone out with him. It's double standards for you to say that he was bothering you. No, she's allowed to have double standards. The feminine is supposed to protect itself, particularly if it doesn't feel it's being protected from the masculine. If the masculine is not protecting the feminine, it's becoming aggressive towards the feminine, then the feminine has to become more masculine to protect itself. Because it recognizes, hold on, this is not a healthy masculine energy. I need to stiffen up. I need to change. I need to put barriers up. Because this is danger. Because the divine masculine is power, as I said earlier. The divine masculine holds the whole universe. If you could show me something more powerful than that, I'm all ears. It's just a funny expression, I think. All ears. All ears everywhere. But you heard me, I hope. Don't be that guy. We don't need those guys. We do need those guys. We do need those guys for the contrast to see what not to be. But I think we've seen enough now. I think men and women, as in men who do have, of course, good intentions in life, and women in general, we've had enough of this imbalance between men and women, which is a perfect exhibition of the imbalance between the masculine and the feminine. It's clear. And it's because of self, my friends. You have to balance it in yourself first. And I don't mean the physical body. Yourself is more than a physical body. This must be understood too. But the world leaders do not understand this at all. Of course they don't. so-called masculine, and celebrities as well, so-called masculine role models, presidents, prime ministers, wrestlers, actors. The latter, actors, but just celebrities in general. I'm talking about A-list celebrities. Many, I'm not going to say all, but we see clearly many don't really think for themselves. Not really. Including the music industry, many don't actually think for themselves. Does that sound like the divine masculine to you? Taking roles, acting roles they don't actually like. They say it in interviews, they just need the money. Promoting agendas from government that are clearly not coming from love, or rather, and have baseless proofs of being just. Why must we have an illegal war, for example? Sorry, have the war to then say later it was illegal when people at the time were saying it's wrong. And there are many wars like this. You could argue every single war is illegal in the sense that it's illegal to the divine feminine. It's illegal to the divine masculine because they do not want to be at war. War is a perfect example of the distortion, the internal war that's gone on within people of the feminine and the masculine. You see, it's not just your mind, my friends. It's the divine feminine and masculine energy too. Because that actually is the seed that sprouts the types of thoughts and feelings and perception you will have on life. That wholeness inside of the balance of masculine and feminine, it sprouts that perception that you have. It's not just from the mind instantly, it's from a deep... Sorry, my camera died, but yes, the perception that you have on life does not come from the mind straight away or the emotion straight away. It comes from a deeper place. It sprouts as a seed from your balance with the masculine and feminine energy. It comes from the understanding of true self. It comes from the understanding that you are not solely the mind. There are many things, but this video particularly is sticking to the divine masculine energy within you right now. In another video, I may go from another angle. It doesn't contradict. It's just that there are many ways to understand truth of self, which is beautiful. That's part of the feminine. That there are so many ways to truth, back to the divine masculine. Shakti can take a bus to Shiva. Shakti can take a plane to Shiva. Shakti can meditate within Shiva to be with Shiva. You see, there are many ways to get to truth. So yes, the divine masculine must return now. Not tomorrow, now. If you want some coaching on this, my fellow expressions of consciousness in the form of a man, please click the link in the bio and we can have a conversation. One more thing I'd like to add, my fellow expressions of consciousness, is to make it clear to you, try to see that the feminine is not supposed to be ruled by the masculine. The masculine's job is not to rule the feminine. They are supposed to work together, 50-50. That's what creates the 100. That's what creates the whole. And that's another part of the distortion. The idea that the masculine is supposed to rule the feminine. No, 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 no. Balance is needed. If you like this video, please like the video, please share the video, please comment. Have a wonderful day or evening, my fellow expressions of consciousness. Take care.